Greetings, folks. If you have been a victim of the latest listeria outbreak, or you have been a victim of the electoral fraud irregularities, or you have been a victim of pepper finance, or you're a concerned Irish citizen in Ireland, you now need to listen up to this. Since the Dáil went on its 3-month holidays, look at the state of the country, folks. Harvey is lying in a grave with no accountability from Simon Harris or the Taoiseach. A man is dead from listeria with several other seriously ill and no accountability from Ballymaguire Foods, the Department of Agriculture, the Food Safety Authority of Ireland, or the supermarket chains who turn a blind eye and hope for the best. Farmers are facing ruin as their doors are open now for New Zealand beef to be imported and sold allegedly as Irish, a move that could wipe out farming overnight. The election fraud investigation is nearing completion, with a file being prepared for the DPP. Meanwhile, in Dublin, a man has died after allegedly being assaulted by a Garda, and Garda morale is now, at an all-time low. Enoch Burke is once again outside Wilson's Hospital School, allegedly threatened with jail by the Board of Management, and a man whose only crime is telling the truth. Receptionists and caretakers in schools have been forced into the hardest industrial action, simply asking for fair pay and pensions, and yet the Minister for Justice, Helen McEntee, is nowhere to be seen. She's on holidays. Simon Harris has announced that 52 students from Gaza are coming to study here, while Irish children fight in a lottery system for college places and scrape for accommodation. Will they be sleeping in cars like our own students, or will they be given student accommodation ahead of our own Irish children? We have a new Garda Commissioner tasked with fixing the chaos left by Commissioner Drew Harris, but now he faces the nightmare of a man dead, allegedly at the hands of a Garda, while crime is exploding across every county. The Minister for Health seems more concerned with dismantling the triple lock than fixing our broken health service. Mary Lou MacDonald is organising protests against Catholic values, and she has finally admitted she won't run for presidency because, folks, the Irish people now see through her and Sinn Féin is finished. And what about the presidential race, folks? It's turning into Flanagan's wake. Michael Healy-Rae allegedly promised to back Sean Kelly, only to stab him in the back and support Heather Humphreys for his masters in government. Danny Healy-Rae scrambles to undo his brother's damage, while Micheál Martin allegedly manoeuvres to block Bertie Ahern and Billy Kelleher to clear a runway for Jim Gavin. Catherine Connolly bores the people with her act while hiding her true left-wing core values. Nick Delahunty is perhaps the most genuine candidate of them all, but I believe that the system will block him at every turn. McGregor says now that he has the backing of all councillors and TDs, but this could be the biggest fight of his life. And on the ground, we see James Glazier from Kerry protesting outside Pepper headquarters in Shannon for 14 days now straight to save his family home from vulture funds. We see me once again unlawfully arrested, this time in a little car park. The country, folks, is in a right mess. Whatever happens in the presidential election, one thing, folks, is certain. When the Dáil resumes in September, the people will see the chaos clearly. And when the day comes, I believe a snap general election will be on the cards. It's the only way, I believe, to get these gangsters out. Since I released my video on Ballymaguire Foods, not one answer has come back from those who have the power, the knowledge and the responsibility, folks, to speak out. I asked the hard questions of grave public concern, and Karen, who I was informed was the managing director, has failed to come back to me. Why, folks? What are they hiding? This is not some minor regulatory breach. This is life and death. We know now that the recent food recalls linked to listeria contamination have already claimed the life of a man in July of this year, 2025. Others remain seriously ill. Families have been shattered, and still silence. It has come to my attention that Ballymaguire Foods may now be back in operation. If it is true then I formally request in the public interest that the Food Safety Authority of Ireland and the Department of Agriculture confirm this immediately. And if this is the case, where is the report? Where is the assessment? Where is the justification for allowing a company so recently linked to a death and a serious illness to resume trading? On Wednesday, I contacted the Food Safety Authority of Ireland, and by Thursday, I was told it would take 5 days for them to come back to me. 5 days, folks. With respect, 5 days is too late. A man is dead, others are ill, and we may still be eating contaminated food as we wait for the bureaucracy and the bullshit to churn out its reply. I demanded an urgent answer, and I'm still waiting. But let us go back, folks. Let us remember in 2017, a whistleblower came forward with a sworn affidavit in the High Court about product recall procedures and food waste management linked to a prominent food brand. He was not only gagged, folks, by an injunction, but he was even questioned by authorities about his concerns, I believe, treated with suspicion when he was in fact trying to protect the public. The evidence was there, and now 10 years on, it's becoming, folks, painfully clear that this whistleblower man was right all along. Had his warnings been heeded, this current tragedy could have been avoided. A man would not be dead. Others would not be fighting for their lives. Ireland would not be facing another food scandal. And I ask you, is Ballymaguire truly shut down? Or is it trading under another name, through a subsidiary, a parent company, or some legal backdoor? If so, then this is not just failure. This is complicity. This is irregularity cover-up. The question, folks, must be asked: what price can you pay for a life? The answer is none. The Irish people deserve the truth. They deserve transparency. They deserve to know what they are eating and who is responsible for protecting them. Instead, we are met with silence from the Food Safety Authority of Ireland and the Department of Agriculture, from Minister Martin Hayden, from the IFA and from Agriland and from the Farmers Journal, from the food chains themselves. Why are they not shouting this from the rooftops? Why is the media not reporting? Why are the supermarkets not answering? What are they hiding? Why aren't RTE, our national broadcaster, reporting on this? Folks, the silence is deafening. I tell you this, I am now in the process of arranging to meet the whistleblower from 2017, a man who I am told nearly lost his own life for daring to speak the truth. His voice was silenced once. It will not be silenced again. Irish people now need to wake up. Do you realise what you're eating? Do you realise the risks that are being hidden from you? And do you realise that one of your neighbours, one of your friends, or one of your family members could be next? This is not just a legal duty, folks. It is a moral duty. And if the Food Safety Authority of Ireland and the Department of Agriculture do not respond to me substantively with supporting documents within the next 48 hours, I will escalate this matter myself to the Oireachtas, to the European Commission and to the courts. We must not allow silence to kill the truth. We must not allow bureaucracy and bullshit to cost more than lives. We must not allow corporations and regulations to protect each other while the public are at risk. The silence is deafening, folks, but I will not be silent. Gura Míle Maith Agaibh.